Before we get into this video, we have to say a few things. The first thing we have to say is that in this video we are nosing around in people's private lives. We are doing this to investigate whether what the children say is true. Please note that we would never be undertaking this boring exercise if a monumental and very serious cover-up was not going on. This cover-up will, if it is not exposed, separate two children from their loving mother and leave them imprisoned in the UK care system and vulnerable to their father, an alleged abuser, baby trafficker and murderer and head of a cult. This cannot be allowed to happen. So it's for this reason and this reason alone that we are rummaging through people's Facebook pages and asking you to sign this petition. During the course of our investigations into this alleged cult, we made a few discoveries. We are sure that there are more to be made and suggest that anyone interested starts researching and shares on the internet any findings that support the children's testimony. In one case, we found that one of the alleged cult members, Galina Upson, had a company. According to Companies House, she had for one of her directors, the director of a company based in Sheffield. Sheffield Butchers' company function is the collection, treatment and sale of hides, skins, fats and bones, and it is based right next door to Rotherham, the focus of a recent paedophile ring scandal and the home of the children's father, who the children allege is head of the cult. Galina Upson's second director was Derek Roy Charter, but we trusted Companies House, so we did not bother taking screenshots of this information. And unfortunately, when we emailed it to someone involved in this case, our email never arrived. Of course, we went back to reproduce the information, but the company details had been changed. They had been removed from the Companies House database. You will have to take our word for this, because we have no evidence to show you, but it indicates that there are some very powerful people involved in this cover-up, and it also indicates that there are some very corrupt employees updating the Companies House database. We do have proof of irregularities though. Companies House lists Peter Goldsmith's wife, Agnieszka, as being involved in two companies. Here's the first. She is at the address 186 Oran Road, London. The company was PWG Limited, presumably Peter William Goldsmith, and it is now dissolved. She was employed from 2006 to 2009 as a secretary, economist. The company's address is Rectory Road, MK45, and here are her co-workers. We can see her husband Peter here, but he is registered as being at 18B or Nam Road. These addresses look a bit similar, so we looked up 186 Oran Road. Interestingly, it does not exist. There is no such address. Google Maps can't find it. So Agnieszka, one of the secretaries for her husband's company from 2006 to 9, was using an address that does not exist. We might even assume that she lives at the same address as her husband, 18B Ornam. Even if the difference in address was down to a mistake or data input error, as secretary, she should have informed Companies House of this error. And as she is proficient enough in administration to be acting as the Christchurch administrator, we assume that she would have noticed this, or that her husband Peter might have noticed. Why might this have been? We've no idea. Is it fraud? We've no idea, but it looks to us like a deliberate irregularity. Now onto Agnieszka's second company. Here we have an Agnieszka Dorota Goldsmith listed at 18B Warren Road, her husband's address. The company was called Pending Technologies and is now dissolved. She was the secretary. Here's her husband. Again, the company's address is registered at 32 Rectory Road, MK45. And that's the same address as Julianne Baker, who is presumably the accountant. Now, there's nothing irregular about this company. 18B Ornam Road does exist. Here it is. The house undergoing renovations with the blue portaloo outside. But Julianne Baker's address looks a little vague to us, so we looked up the postcode MK45 5AT. And as you can see, there are 96 companies registered at that postcode. They are all at one of two addresses, 32 Rectory Road or Top Barn Rectory Road. According to Google Maps, these addresses are the same place. And when we go to look at it on Google Street View, we see that the property has been blurred out. Now, it is possible to ask Google to blur out your property, so there's nothing irregular about that. Still, we wonder why this might be. We also wonder why, when we go to look at Peter Goldsmith's address, Google has blurred the view of the roof from above. Again, we've no idea why this might be. But what might these people have to hide? In the rest of this video, we're going to look in detail at the Facebook links between the alleged members of this cult. All we're doing is demonstrating that some of these people do know one another. This could be for a number of reasons. Nonetheless, it is something towards substantiating the claims the children have made. This is Rebecca Denton, who the children allege is abusing them and the other children, along with her partner and the rest of the cult. She is friends on Facebook with other alleged members as follows: Jackie Ramraker, Adrian Weinbrecht, Fiona Gabrielle, Laura Dodds-Herlocker, Heije Rustow, Bianca Wessel, Samantha Gunasekara, Andrew Harrison, and Warren Cowell. Rebecca Denton's partner, Adrian Weinbrecht, is friends with some of these people, along with Fiona Gabrielle's partner, James Hugh Singleton, and Peter Goldsmith, both alleged cult members. All we can conclude from this is that these people are aware enough of each other to have become friends on Facebook. But just because someone is a friend of someone on Facebook does not imply that they are even a real friend, never mind a member of a cult. And even if they are a cult member, this does not mean that their Facebook friends will know about it or be implicated. Also, these people all live in the same area of London, and their children attend the same school, a school that puts on lots of after-school activities. So it may well be that these links are all innocent. All we are trying to establish is whether there is any demonstrable link between these people that may go towards substantiating, at some point much further down the line, the children's allegations. But having someone as a friend on Facebook does imply that some conversational contact at least has occurred. Commenting on or liking something on someone's Facebook page is, we feel, even more indicative that contact has occurred. Indeed, Facebook itself states, on the basis of research, that people are no longer 6 degrees apart, it is more like 4.7 degrees. With that in mind, let's look at Rebecca's friend, Heije Rustow, who the children allege are abusing them and the others with her partner Charlie and the rest of the cult. She is friends with the following alleged cult members: Cecilia Chung, Maria Yilmaz, Adrian Weinbrecht, Rebecca Denton, Charles Gundy, and Fiona Gabrielle. And if we look at Maria Yilmaz's page, we can see that alleged abuser Saget Levy Gavish has liked one of her cakes, and Saget is, as we would expect, friends with her husband, alleged abuser Aaron Gavish. And this is Courtney's mum, Lydia Noronha's page. The children allege that Courtney's parents bring babies back from Portugal and Spain. And while Lydia Noronha does not share her friends, she shares with the world that she visited Portugal in 2013, along with lots of other countries. The children also make the extraordinary claim that this couple, Jackie Runraker and Warren Cowell, are bringing babies back from Guyana, China, India and America. But is this so extraordinary? Jackie Runraker states that she has travelled extensively around Southeast Asia and the Caribbean, so that could be India and Guyana. And Warren Cowell works for Pfizer, which has offices in the Guyanas, China, India, and of course all across America. Warren Cowell's specialism is HTA, or Health Technology Assessment. You will probably have noticed by now a woman named Fiona Gabrielle. Fiona has made her friends list private, but her name comes up on the friends lists of other alleged cult members, and we see a new alleged abuser popping up on her timeline, Sophie Dix. Sophie Dix likes her new image. We can see that Fiona was talking to Sophie Dix as far back as 2012, campaigning to get less traffic on the school run, so it looks as if they have some kind of friendship via the school. Just in case you haven't been following things, Sophie Dix is heavily involved with the Hampstead town branch of the UK's Green Party. Finally, I want to look at one more Facebook page, the page of Peter Goldsmith, who the children are alleging abuses them and the other children with his Polish wife, Agnieszka, and the arrest of the alleged members of the cult. As well as being a parent, Peter is one of the school's trustees. As we can see, Peter is friends with Andrew Harrison, Samantha Gunasekara, Adrian Weinbrecht, Cecilia Chung. Again, we have to stress that just because people are friends on Facebook does not mean that the children's allegations are true. However, if you believe these children and you feel that they should be returned to their mother and their loving grandparents, please sign the petition. We've linked it below this video.